Now I'm working on a method of solo role-playing, especially across multiple genres. You can play it in fantasy or science fiction, post-apocalyptic, horror, superhero, cyberpunk, and some sort of vintage steampunk or historic. And I'm calling the concept 1 hour roleplay, but as I'm testing it, I'm suddenly realizing that what this also has the benefit of doing is if you want a GM, and especially if you want a GM in one of these different genres on the fly, you could use this Excel tool in order to generate all the action. So all you would have to do is hit like new game, and suddenly I'm in a fantasy genre here. There would be a map associated with various unknown areas that the party would be moving through. You could use this guy instead of as a solo character. He would be like the patron who's sending you on the mission in the fantasy. And as you take your first event in the fantasy domain, it'll tell you, well, it's a character development type of event, and you've entered a monastery, a place of both men and women, but not both. The aged and the infirm are tended to. And then you can also go through the scroll bars here. You successfully observed the storm clouds swirling and accepted a postulate's offer to share a warm, dry hovel. So the patron here, whenever he takes actions, and in this case the patron would want to do actions that are probably assertive in nature to get past this obstacle. And as he takes his action, you can see the dice rolls being generated here. You could tell the players to generate the same dice rolls, one for XP bonus and one for possibility of prizes or a reward out of the action. Still in the monastery here, we're looking for the endgame climax. If I review the goals here, there is a Lich King Seer has a task. He wants me to go to the Elder Temple somewhere on this map and kill the Fae Prufalus. And hopefully this will be a mere inconvenience. Your patron will normally call home or roost in the ancient ruins. So somewhere in here there's ancient ruins as well. You still might encounter difficulties at that site, but you also might find hospitality in a secondary safe house, and the rival has an origin or strong connection. But say you don't want to run a fantasy game. Say you just want to get together with your players and do a cyberpunk genre. Well, post-apocalyptic, vintage pulp, cyberpunk. Okay, now I'm in cyberpunk here, and so I've got an objective that's been given to me on cyberpunk. I'm in a shooting gallery, so it's an alley where addicts hang out, and the mission is you're approached by a speculator, Alistor, a person that seems familiar to you from past dealings. And what does he want you to do? Speculator Alistor has a task. Go to the AI servers and kill the druggist Dagon. You may find help at the cyberspace casino, and then you'll receive a reward at the end of this. From here, I would generate the first event of the encounter, and it would take me into a lucky skunk. You just wandered into the climax site, hopefully oblivious to all the dangers, and then it would tell you, entering the comics game store, test out the latest upgrades at Alpha and Beta. And then we're in the comics game store, and we're testing out the latest upgrades in Alpha and Beta. This is a type of event this is going to be character development event. And again, if I was playing this, I could have my players perform whatever skills or combat they want within the guidelines of whatever rule system they're using. But I would use this as a game master to generate the events they're looking for, and ultimate the AI servers in here somewhere on this map. And as we move along, we successfully beat the retro champion in classic Pong, so that would be something the players would also have to duplicate. As the patron here, as the person who provides the mission takes actions, maybe he'll take a cynical action here. It says I'm going to the safe house on my way to the climax here. Very short mission because I'm at a very weak sauce difficulty level at one time. The players would either play along with in 1 hour roleplay. There'll be a set of rules that will document some of this as well, that you can buy on DriveThru when it's done, probably in another month. They would make their own 2-die-8 roll, or as I said, if they're playing in some sort of a D20 cyberpunk or some game science cyberpunk, they would do whatever skill roll to overcome the obstacles that were presented here. And of consequences, your performance here added a character development XP, You would make your same sort of bonus rolls for your XP or for your things. We would go to the end game climax, and it might tell us the end game climax at the AI servers. So we've sauntered over to the AI servers up here at 3, and we found the cyberspace casino, so we started at the shooting gallery. We went to the comics game store, over to the cyber casino, and then over to the AI servers to end. But the players would be moving anywhere on this map that's presented to them as part of just, a 1-hour play session of Cyberpunk. Don't care for Cyberpunk? Post-apocalyptic agenda. You're approached by a survivalist, Barrow, a person that seems familiar to you from past dealings, but your recollections are a little bit vague. And he wants you to, he will give you a reward, and what does he want you to do? Go to the Prepper's bunker and retrieve Kovacs anti-venom. So you're going to go and receive some anti-venom. The first event of that is going to take place. There's a potential prize, and that potential prize, there are 3 types of events here: prizes and character development and threats. Yet each of the prizes and character development could also have a hidden threat behind the scenes on it. So I'm starting at a blind drop exchange, and I'm trying to find, reviewing my goals here at any time. I could click on that. Blind drop exchange, that's my encounter. My mission was Survivalist Barrow has a task. Go to the Prepper's bunker. So if we're playing in a post-apocalyptic world, that could be a Morrow project, or again, any sort of D20 type of post-apocalyptic zombie hunting game. You would start at the blind drop exchange, and you're looking for Kovacs anti-venom at the Prepper's bunker somewhere in the wastelands here. And you would just go through your different things. Perhaps the person who's hiring you, he's going to take a restrained action. He's going to roll for bonus, and he's going to roll for prizes. You guys would also be prompted to roll for bonuses or prizes. In this case, if you were to, each player would have to say, well, maybe I'll take a calculated action. And again, this will be defined in 1 Hour Roleplay, and which is easy versus the threats, hard versus any sort of experience bonus. And in this case, this guy actually developed another plus here in Cynical. But you could play along with it either solo, or you can use it as a pretty good Game Master aid in order to generate 1 Hour Roleplay sessions within various. Now I'm off to the Biowarfare Lab here. And at there I can, if I decide, well, let's play a different genre. How about superhero? So, how about Cyberpunk again? How about jump to sci-fi? And then again, it would start with a mission, and then the mission would have a reward, tangible or not, as the patron comes with you aboard your ship as you're cruising across the sci-fi campaign. In this case, I'm starting in the asteroid fields, where I pick up this stowaway or find a guy in an escape capsule, and then it starts a whole little mini mission. Well, more later.